Hi guys, today we're in Paris, France. Behind me is the Eiffel Tower. Today we're going to be cooking pineapple upside down cake. Before we start, we need to make sure we've got a clean apron on, we've washed our hands and removed any jewellery. Okay, so how do we start? Okay, reading the recipe, the first thing we need to do is preheat the oven, which I've already done. Then we need to line a baking pan with some Glad Bake baking paper. Okay, we need to put this on the bottom because when we cook it, we've got the caramel sauce. It's actually on the bottom, which turns upside down. So we need to make sure we've got that bottom covered, or else that cake is going to stick to the bottom. So how do we do it? What we're going to do is we're going to take our paper, put it into two sections. Now you can see our pans are circle. Okay, so how do we cover that? Okay, we need to make ourselves a nice circle. The way we do it is we're going to fold it. Okay, then we're going to fold it again. Okay, so we're folding around 1 point. Okay, so fold that again. Around that 1 point, fold it again. Okay, then again. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm just going to grab a pair of scissors and we're going to measure to the middle of the pan. And what we're going to do then is cut the edge there. And what we've done now is we've created a circle. Okay, and that's going to line the bottom of that pan. So I'll just show you how we do that again. So folding in half, okay, fold it again, okay, then we want to make sure we're folding around this 1 point. So we're going to fold diagonally, then again, so again folding around that 1 point, okay, folding again, then we're going to measure to the middle, okay, and cut. Okay, what we end up with is a nice round circle that's going to go at the bottom of the pan. Okay, so we're going to grease the pan first. Okay, so greasing around, make sure it's coated, make sure all the sides are coated, make sure up around here is coated too, because the cake may come up a bit. Okay. Just a little bit more of that, brushing all the way around. Make sure you've got a good coating of that butter on your pan. Okay. Alright, put that over there. Now we're going to lay our paper in the bottom of our pan, make sure it's pushed down nice and neatly. Okay, and do the same for the second pan. Okay, so there's our cake tins lined, ready to go. Alright, so now we're going to start working on our caramel. Now there's two parts of this cake. There's the caramel sauce and the topping that goes on top of the cake, and then there's the batter of the cake itself. Now, we're going to work on that caramel first because that's going to go on the bottom of the cake and the cake mixture is going to go on top. So the caramel is very simple. We've got 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. Make sure when we're measuring our brown sugar to sort of pack it down. Okay. The next thing we have is our butter. 60 grams of butter. Okay. Okay. Make sure the butter's softened. Okay, not melted, it just needs to be softened a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put that in. For now. Okay, so we're going to get our electric beater out. Okay, and we're going to beat this until it's nice and creamy. Okay, so what you're trying to do here is just combine the sugar with the butter. Okay, until it's a nice creamy texture. Okay. At the moment, together? Well, you're just going to have to keep working at it and it'll eventually come together. And we're just going to let that go, and you'll see in a minute that it's going to come together and it's going to cream up really nicely. Okay. You can see now it's starting to come together. It'll start by looking a little bit like sand, and then as you mix it together, it's going to come together like a sandy sort of coloured cream. Okay, this will make up the caramel. So the butter and sugar are going to caramelise on the bottom of that pan, and when we turn the cake back the right way, that caramel is going to run down through the pineapple and actually have a sauce on top of the cake. Okay, you can see that starting to come together now. I'm just going to push the rest of that mixture in just to make sure it's all evenly mixed. So pushing the rest of that butter and that in together. Just get rid of that one. Okay, so you're just going to continue mixing this. Okay, until it's nice and creamy. It does take a little while, but just be patient with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this off and then I'll be back once that's nice and creamy. Okay, I've been beating this now for about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, and you can see it's become nice and creamy. Okay, a bit like sandy cream. Okay. So we'll just grab the rest of that off there. Okay, so now we've got a nice creamy mixture for our caramel. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to divide this caramel into 2 and we're going to line our pans with it. Okay, so we're going to put half of the mixture in one and about half of the mixture in the other. Okay, more in that one. Okay, so what we've got to do then, try and keep it to the bottom. And what we've got to do is we're going to try and spread that out evenly on the bottom of that pan. Okay. That's now the bottom of that pan. Do the same in the other one. Just make sure it's nice and even on the bottom there. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put our pineapple, start decorating the cakes. Okay, very important that you make it look attractive here because it's an upside down cake. Whatever you see there is what you're going to see when you turn that cake upside down. So, what I normally do, you can just put the pineapple on there as a ring, but I like to actually cut that pineapple into pieces. What that does is when you're cutting a cake later, it just makes it easier to serve. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut through pieces of the pineapple, just through that, again through that. I normally cut into about 8. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to arrange the pineapple on the bottom of the there so you can see on the bottom of the cake tin. Okay, All right. What else we have here is we have some glazed cherries, and they're going to sit on top of your cake too. Okay, remember to put them upside down because you're going to see them the right way up. So you can see now I've decorated the first one. Okay, and we're going to do the same with the second. Okay, just putting that pineapple on the bottom of the pan there. Okay, we've decorated the second one now. So as you can see, we've got the pineapple around the outside and we've got the cherries in the middle. Okay, put this one back under here. Okay, now we've prepared the top of our cake. What we're going to do is we're going to start our cake batter. And we start by creaming our butter and sugar together. Okay, similarly to what we did with the caramel sauce. Okay, so what we're going to do, again, the butter needs to be soft, but not melted. Okay, just makes it easier for you to cream the butter and sugar together. Okay, so we're going to cream that butter and sugar together now. Okay, so similarly to what we did with the other one, we're going to just beat it until it comes together, and this one's going to look a lot more like cream. Okay, so increase that speed. Okay, once again it takes about 5 minutes to do. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just speed this up, and I'm going to come back when that's nice and creamy. Okay, so now that's to the type of consistency we want. Okay, you can see it almost looks like cream. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to add our egg into the mixture. Okay, so we crack one egg in. Okay, there, and we're going to continue mixing. Okay, we're going to beat it in well, just until it all comes together. Okay, that's pretty well combined now. We're going to now add a little bit of some flour in there. Okay, a bit of flour. And then a little bit of your milk. Okay, so what you're going to do now is work that flour and milk into your mixture. Okay, just until it's combined. When it's combined, add a little bit more milk in. Okay, add your milk in, combine that back in again, then add the rest of your flour. Okay, and the rest of the milk. Okay, so that'll start to come together. Okay, and become more like a cake batter. Okay, it is a very thick batter, but that's alright, that's the way the recipe is. So we're just going to beat that until it comes together nicely. So, get the rest of that mixture as you can. over there. Okay, then we're going to get this. And there we go, we've got our cake batter. Okay, that cake batter is now ready to go. Alright, so what we're going to do is going to divvy up the cake batter into the two cake things. You can make one large pineapple upside down cake. Because we normally cook this in, class, we've only got 40 minutes, we cook smaller cakes. Okay, a larger cake is going to take around an hour to cook. So this is why we use the smaller cake tins. Okay, so they take a lot less time to cook. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put that mixture into the tins. Okay, don't fill each of them up first. What you want is, you want even amount of mixture into both, so just fill them as you go. Okay, try and make it as even as possible. A little bit more into that one. We're going to do now. Okay, so there we go. Okay, that one over there. So now tap that down a bit. Okay, tap it down, make some noise. Okay, and then they're ready to go into the oven. So what we're going to do now, they're going to go into the oven, they're going to bake for approximately 25, maybe 30 minutes, and we're going to pull them out and we're going to show you what they look like when they're done. Alright, we'll see you when they're done. Okay guys, we're back. First thing I'm going to do is check if the cakes are cooked. They've been in the oven for about 25 minutes. So what I'm going to do, like I said before, I'm going to put a skewer into the cake. If it comes out clean, okay, then it is cooked. It's come out clean. There's no mixture on the skewer, so therefore I know that cake is cooked. Now, what you might want to do is run a knife around the edge of the cake, okay, just to loosen it up before you actually get it out. We have the baking paper on the bottom of the cake, okay. However, the sides still may stick a little. Okay, because you've got that caramel on there, caramel may bubble up to the side and made that cake stick to the side of the pan. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn it up and we're going to turn the upside down cake upside down and see what it looks like. Okay, it's still pretty hot, so what I'm going to do, make sure we use a pot holder or a cloth. So easiest way to do it is put the plate on top, turn him upside down, okay, and then lift off the tin, okay, to reveal our upside down cake. Okay, alright, there we go, pineapple upside down cake. Now you can eat that with, as it is. You can put maybe custard, ice cream, and you can eat it hot or cold. We'll see you next week.